morning and welcome to Living Local 15. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm your host, Jessica Williams, and today we have a very fun show for you. I am here at Stillhouse, which is the newest addition to Country Heritage, and they actually produce their own spirits here at Backroads Distilling. So today is going to be so much fun as I learn more about their menu options, their cocktail options, learn about their upcoming events, but most exclusively, get a tour of their distillery where they show us how the process is made. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
This segment sponsored by Country Heritage Winery. I am now joined by Paige Shipe at Backroads Distillery, and she is their marketing director. Hi, Paige.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Thanks for being here.
Yes, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
This place looks amazing.
We're happy to finally have it open.
Yes, and be able to share it with the community. And I know that there's so many facets to this Backroads Distilling. And so I just want to start from the top. So this is at Country Heritage, right? So
Correct.
It's in the back of Country Heritage. They just take that little back road over here. And people can experience just a different vibe. So what made you all open this distilling?
So this distillery is really an extension of the winery. As most people know, the Looters have an extensive farming history. They farm 101 acres of vineyard here on this property here in LaOtto, and they also farm thousands of acres of corn, wheat, rye, you name it. That's been their history and their legacy. So really expanding upon just the grapes itself and bringing that into the world where both Jennifer and Jeremy have a passion for spirits is just something that they were always passionate about.
Yeah, which is great. So they're taking all of that experience and now throwing it behind this new product. So what type of spirits do you produce here?
Yeah, so we are gonna have a lot. Currently we have 3 types of vodka. We have a vodka made from wheat.
Okay.
We have a vodka, it's 100% corn. And we also have one made out of grapes, which is our premium vodka. It was actually the first vodka that we distilled.
Okay.
We have 2 flavors, an espresso and a jalapeno.
Oh.
We have an American gin, and we have an unaged whiskey.
Okay.
And we have a white rum. The unaged whiskey is the only thing that we don't currently sell in a bottle.
Okay, yeah, because it's probably in the barrels,
Yes.
getting aged and nice and ready to make that transformation to bourbon, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so not only can people experience your spirits here at the bar, this beautiful bar, they have different cocktail options and of course having it neat and tastings and stuff, but you have food here too.
Yes.
Yeah, so talk about the experience that people can have in this dining area.
Yeah, so the Stillhouse here at Backroads Distilling is really a unique experience. It's an extension of the winery. When you walk through from the winery into the Stillhouse, you still get that backroads, that back home country feel. But it just has a little bit touch of manliness and that masculinity to it. It's just a completely different vibe, I feel like, out here, even though that extension still does run true from the winery.
Yeah.
But we do have a full menu, a full kitchen menu, anywhere from appetizers like your bread bowls to our wood fire pizzas. We do have fish, things like that.
Yeah.
So a full menu. We have an entire craft cocktail menu as well, plus the artisanal bar.
Okay, that's exciting, and you're right. It's like that open stone, open wood concept. Makes you feel like you want to enjoy that bourbon or that whiskey a bit more. And so you talked about the food and drinks. We're going to dive into that a little later. But so what is the main thing people can really take away from everything they can do here? On top of the eating, you also have the store, right?
Correct, yes. We do have a retail store in the front of the winery. Most people are accustomed to it. We have our entire shelves lined with all of our wines that we grow and make here. But we also have put our bottles on those shelves as well. So we have a lot of merchandise through Backroads Distilling.
Yeah.
We also have our bottles for sale out there as well.
Yeah, and as you all brought in, I mean, you already had your established winery, but now with this distillery, what would you say is the main thing that really sets you apart from other distillers that may be local?
The thing that a lot of people, I even think, still don't understand about the winery is that everything is field to bottle. So we have 101 acres of vineyard. We also have all of the acreage that we grow our own crops on.
Yeah.
we can actually take a look at it, but the process is drawn on a chalkboard here in the Stillhouse that is everywhere from when we grow to we harvest and we distill, and we go through the entire process to the bottle or the barrel, depending on what stage goes first.
Okay, exciting. Well, I can't wait to explore more. Next up, I'm going to take a tour of the actual behind the scenes process and then try out some other menu items. All right, guys, I am here at Backroads Distilling, sitting in their beautiful dinner hall, and I'm joined by Paige Shipe, who is their marketing director. Yes, hello.
Hi.
And we're having some fun today. So a little bit of everything is what we're going to do, including taking a tour of the distillery, trying out some cocktails, but right now we're going to taste the food. So you guys have a wide menu, right?
We do.
Yeah, so talk to me about just some of the options that are popular here.
Yeah, we have a lot. We actually just revamped our menu once we opened our new kitchen in the Stillhouse. So back in popular demand is our wood fire pizzas. So those are back and better than ever. We also have some new feature options like street tacos. We have some mac and cheese, some smoked mac and cheese options. We have some appetizers like a spinach artichoke dip like you have here. Just a wide variety of food options.
Yes, okay, great. So we have a little bit of everything that we're gonna dive in. And I think I wanna start with these street tacos. They just look so good and juicy. Okay, so talk to me about this.
Yeah, so the street tacos, we actually have two options. You can get them in pork or chicken. We actually have an option to mix them if you want to try a little bit of both. But they do come with a little dipping side. They are phenomenal they're your traditional street tacos. So if you like a street taco, they're great. My favorite is the pork. That's what you're trying right now.
So good. Oh my goodness. So first off, I love a good flour tortilla. I think that makes the perfect street taco. And then the portion sizes though. You offer 3 really large tacos here.
Yes, it makes for a lot of food, but it also makes for great take home.
Right, yes. Okay, so good. So you're fully filled. Okay, so now let's move over to an appetizer. I love a good spinach artichoke dip. This looks delicious, and I feel like that cheese is going to be so nice when I pull it out. So tell me all about it.
Yeah, so we had a spinach and artichoke dip last summer. It was a fan favorite, so we have decided to bring it back in a bread bowl. So it does come into a bread bowl. It comes with the chips as well. Absolutely love it. We also have a buffalo chicken dip, which is a fan favorite as well, in the same exact setup.
Okay, so this bread bowl is so cool. I just love that because it gives you options.
It does.
You know, and it makes it more filling for your appetizer. Okay, another one is your mac and cheese, and you have a couple of different mac and cheese options. So talk to me about the one I have, which is of course lobster.
Yes, one of your favorites.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is our smoked lobster mac and cheese. It is phenomenal. One of my favorites. It's just a nice, flavorful mix. We do have a smokehouse, which is a pulled pork mac and cheese, and just a regular.
I love the little crispies. That little crunch just adds a little something to the mac, which is so fun. Okay, I love that. I already knew when you put lobster on anything, I'm gonna love it.
Yes.
But good quality lobster. Okay, so you talked about your wood fire pizza grill. Now, one thing I have to say is that it's so quick. Like when you said pizza's going in the oven, it was like less than 5 minutes. The pizza was out.
It was, yes.
So talk to me about just kind of that process and what the options are.
Yeah, so traditionally we've had a wood fire pizza for quite some time. It's become a fan favorite and very well known here at the winery. So right now our menu actually goes and overlaps between the Stillhouse and the winery. So with this wood fire pizza, we have the oven. We're able to cook multiple pizzas in it at the same time. It's very quick, very good.
So good.
And we do have a lot of different options. So we have a standard menu right now. We're pretty known for rotating in some varieties, some seasonals, some special pizzas, one of which is actually the pickle pizza, which that's gonna raise some dinner bells for some people, I'm sure. So popular enough that we actually added it to the official menu now, and you can get it every day.
That's exciting. Okay, that has to be on the list the next time I come. Try out the pickle pizza. Okay, these were so good, all so unique, but I have to do Jessica's favorite pick. It's a must, okay, drum roll. I'm stumped. So normally it's just like my favorite thing that I tried, but today it's so hard because that Supreme Pizza really hit. These tacos were so good. I love lobster, and that was fun. So I'm gonna say the street tacos for the win. That is it. Oh my goodness, so good. Something for everyone here. Okay, so next up, we're going to take a tour of the distillery, and then we're going to taste out some of their signature cocktails. I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Country Heritage Winery. Welcome back. The fun continues at Backroads Distilling, and now I am inside of their actual distillery, going to learn the process, and I am joined by their distiller, Patrick Tedeschi. Hello, Patrick.
Hello, how are you?
Good to see you. Yes, okay, so this is your wheelhouse. You do some really cool stuff back in this room, and I would love to know the process to try to get a little behind the scenes of what goes on and how our wonderful spirits are made.
Absolutely. Well, the very first thing to know about making spirits is it's going to be based from grain.
Okay.
Especially here for us, we do everything with estate-grown grain. So the corn, the wheat, the rye, that's all going to be grown here.
Wow.
The first thing that's going to happen is we are going to do a mash. Right back here, you'll see a big tank in between the fermenters. That's where we'll do the mashes at.
Okay.
We will add water, we'll add grain, we'll heat it up, and then we'll do a starch conversion with amylase. Basically, you just add a little bit of amylase, and that will convert the starches into sugars, which then the yeast can ferment.
Okay.
So after we're done with that process, we'll go into one of these fermenters here.
Oh.
And the process of fermentation happens. You add the yeast then eats the sugars, converts it to alcohol. Once that process is done, it takes about 4 to 5 days on average. Once that process is done, from there we will actually then move that into the still there, where we will strip off the alcohol, and then once it's stripped, we'll get it ready for a finishing run.
Okay, so this here is so cool, this process. I mean, the pipes and everything that we're looking at. So let's talk about how that stripping happens, because I see really long pipes, and I understand that those are different levels of the distilling process.
So there's 4 different columns that you see here. Over there is the first column, that's just the pot distillation column. That is one stage of distillation. So if you're making for bourbon, for instance, it's going to literally go from that column to the shotgun condenser, which is the solid copper pipe that you see right there on the right.
Okay.
And you can basically see what that process is happening right now. That's what's coming off the still.
Oh, wow, yes. That is so cool. Okay, so then what happens?
So after that, you have an option of either making bourbon, gin, rum, or vodka.
Okay.
So this column that you see right next to the shotgun condenser is the reflux column. That is going to be used to make gin. So that's going to get you at about 170 proof.
Woo.
Every time you, every plate that you see, every window you see there is a plate. So that is actually going to continuously get the proof higher and cleaner.
Oh.
And then the same thing is on this vodka column that you see over here. Every window you see is going to be a stage of distillation. So as it travels up that column, the alcohol gets cleaner and cleaner and purer and purer.
Okay, and how does that impact the actual consumer? So you have such a large distilling pipe. What does that mean as we are drinking it?
So particularly in the case of vodka, you want to achieve 190 proof because that's going to be your cleanest version of the product. So it really depends on the product, but in the case of that vodka column, it is super important to achieve 190 just to have the cleanest ethanol possible.
Yeah, and kind of reduces like that hangover feel, the headaches.
Gets rid of the
lessens
sulfites.
Yes, which is important. So you want the purest, cleanest liquor when you're buying it.
Absolutely.
All right, and that's what y'all are making here. Next, let's look at the barreling process.
Okay.
Okay, Patrick, now we're at the money shot is what I like to call it, because who doesn't love looking at a barrel?
Right.
And you guys have so many, so what is this process? What does it entail?
So this process is basically, we get done with our bourbon, we proof cut it with RO water, which is essential for making sure that we have a quality spirit. From there, we will lower the proof down to anywhere between 110 to 125 proof. Wow. And then it'll go into the barrel. And from there, it's going to sit in these barrels, age, pick up color, pick up flavor for 4 years.
Okay, and that's what makes it so good.
And that's what makes it so good.
You have to have it aged just right. And so, is each barrel kind of doing something different to the bourbon?
So it is.
A little flavor?
It is. You can actually take the same juice and put it in 2 separate barrels, and each barrel is going to taste very uniquely different from each other.
Okay.
They won't be identical. Literally, there's chemistry happening inside that barrel that nobody can even tell you. It's a mystery. They've paid,
I love that.
They've paid lots of money to try to figure out what's happening in that barrel. Nobody's been able to crack the code.
Right, it's like cross-pollination
Yes.
or something, right? The chemicals are just moving over. And then when you actually do bottle it, that's what makes small batches.
Yes.
Okay, and that's the value.
Yep.
Right there. So yummy. Well, thank you so much for sharing this
Well, thank you guys for coming.
I am now joined by Rachel Miller, who is the manager here at Stillhouse. Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
Okay, so we just finished learning about just the distilling process and understanding your liquors better. And so I'm so excited to cross over to talk about how you use that liquor to produce these beautiful cocktails that we have behind us.
Yes.
So you curated this menu.
I sure did.
How fun.
The tasting process is always the best part, but
It's the best part. Someone has to do it. It's a hard job.
I'll fall on that sword every day.
Exactly. So talk to me just about some of the cocktails that you selected and really what people can expect from that palette.
Yeah, so we went off of like the winter menu because it's that season. Yeah. So influences from like blackberries and from maple and different heartier fruits and different herbs to go along with the palette of the liquors.
Yeah.
So with the gin, it's a very citrus forward, so we wanted to have a berry to complement that.
Yeah, which is great. And then also there's something for everyone, I feel like. When you look at it, it's like, okay, you have your sweet-tea, but then you have booze forward drinks too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Something for everyone.
Yes. Okay, so let's get started with this tasting. We have one out of each category here. These kind of pop my eyes. So let's start out with something that would be really refreshing, this mojito.
Yes, so we have our pineapple mojito that is made with our rum. It is a molasses made rum, so that goes really well with your nice tropical flavors. The pineapple is just always a fan favorite, and it complements the mint very, very well.
It does. I've actually never had a pineapple mojito, but this is nice and refreshing. Like I feel like I can taste just some of the notes from the rum. It's not covered up.
Yes.
Which is great. Okay, so now let's jump over to this one, this beauty here.
Oh yes, it's my personal favorite.
Okay.
It's our Backroads Blackberry Bramble. That is going to be made with a blackberry and rosemary simple syrup with our gin, a little bit of lemon and honey, and it's very, very tasty. It has a light aspect, so it's not super heavy.
That is so good.
Yeah, it's easy drinking.
And it's like, what I love, it hits you in 2 levels.
Yeah.
When you first taste it, you get the rose and the nuance that you talked about, and then you get hit with that undertone of the rosemary.
Yeah.
And you kind of get the, what is it called, when you have the scent before the taste?
Oh, it's the aroma.
The aroma, yeah, which is so great. So good.
Yes.
All right, so we'll save that one for last. Let's go to this beautiful martini with the beautiful froth.
Yes, our farmhouse pear martini. It is made with our county line vodka. That's made from corn that's grown by our owners on their property. That has pear nectar, it has simple syrup and egg white. It gives it a nice texture and it gives it that nice foam on top as well.
Yes, love a good egg white foam. And I like the pear concept, that's unique. It's hard to go to a place and find a unique martini that you haven't already tasted.
Exactly.
So I really do like that, that's nice. Okay, so now we have the branded Backroads cup with the ice on top, which is so great. And this is a maple drink.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, so we use our Silver Paw whiskey since we just started distilling. It is a very new whiskey. So we wanted to complement that flavor with a smoked glass and a little bit of a aged maple syrup. It brings out the kind of like the flavors inside of the whiskey itself, and it gives it a little bit of a different feel.
Yes, so good. Like, I have to already say this is one of my go-to favorites. I've tried it here before, so this one I knew. I just had to tell y'all about it. This one is delicious. Okay, so out of all these, I have to choose Jessica's favorite pick, which is actually going to be different than what you think, because I do like that, but now I have another drink that is my favorite, and it matches your favorite. I think Paige's favorite too. This gin drink here.
Yes, okay, you can't go wrong.
Yes, well, cheers, and thank you so much for sharing.
Of course.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Welcome back. I've been having so much fun here at Stillhouse, which is located inside of Country Heritage, and we've talked about so much that they have to offer, including the debut of their Backroads Distilling. And so, Paige, before I let you go, I know that you all have a lot of events coming up. So talk to me about what people can expect.
Yeah, we do have a lot. Some of them coincide between both the Stillhouse and the winery, and some are independent events of each other. But we do have a lot, all hosted on the same website you can find all of our events at. But we are still ongoing brunch on Sundays. So every Sunday we have been doing a brunch from 11 to 2.
Fun.
That is going to happen at least through April as of right now. We do have a masquerade ball coming up for Mardi Gras. That's going to be March 8th, and tickets are on sale on our website. And we do have a few things under our sleeves for Easter coming up to celebrate around that holiday as well. So everything can be found on our website that's upcoming here at the distillery and at the winery.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here.
Good to see you. And if you would like more information about Stillhouse, we'll have their website listed below to check them out. And just a reminder, you can also catch up on episodes and segments of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com, downloading the WANE app, and also checking us out on YouTube. And I'll leave you with this. While you're out, give it a little smile, give a little wave, share a little light and love today, and I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.